Ready when you are then, David.
Good evening. Right.
Campaign date is?
The campaign date is...
We were finishing the last couple of days of a month, I think. I think we're about to hit the first of a month.
It's 1 Mutsuki today. The day of the Buddhist festival of Rishun, the first day of spring.
Yay.
Wonderful.
Excellent. That gives us about 6 months to get this job done and get back here before winter.
Get back for a winter of training.
You have clear skies, a gentle breeze from the west, which will no doubt fan the fires on the various shrines as you travel up the road.
Oh yeah, we had fucking... There's a shrine arsonist on the go, isn't there? Oh, Dave's added fire to the shrines on the map, guys, look! Oh, Dave, that's very cool.
Those are the ones that you know
That we know about, yeah. Okay. Nice touch, Dave. Nice touch.
Oh, moving fire at that.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Anyway, so it bodes well for you crossing the river. The weather's good. You haven't had a lot of rain recently. The river should be nice and calm. So, is there anything you wish to do? I mean, basically, you've had a few days resting. So, if you want to visit anywhere in town, buy stuff, etc., you can.
I bought extra trail rations for myself, but other than that, I've contemplated my navel, as they say.
Let me have a look at what my ration situation is.
Well, I was carrying all of our rations.
You were carrying a bunch of food, weren't you?
We just gave them away for free.
Did we?
In that.
So this.
Yes, Baka did.
So this one that you're carrying, I can take that off my character sheet then.
Which one?
The one that says traveler's food parcel carried by Baka.
I'm assuming I'm going to be carrying it again anyway.
Well, I've got 12. I've got 12 days worth of food on me. We were traveling up a road, aren't we?
Well, I had 10 days. Right, I had 10 days, and I realised it was several months old, so I threw it away and bought some new ones.
Right, aye. How much would it do that? How much does it cost for me to do that, to refresh 12 food? 12 copper,
24 copper.
24 copper.
I will assume that you are eating them and buying them in villages as you go.
Right, okay, so there's no need for me to do that. Okay.
What I was going on the theory of.
Yeah. It's only if you kind of venture out into the wilderness and you're not going through a village every day. But let's face it.
Okay.
You've been going through villages every day for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I like more than 3, so if I could at least up it to Dean.
Well, you can buy them in a village on the far side of the river, or just nip outside Nobioka and buy one of the local villages where you get it at the cheap price.
So that was that 1 copper each, so silver.
1 copper each, yes.
Right, the other thing that.
Sorry, are you spending a silver?
No, half a silver. It's no, it's 12 silver to a gold, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it's.
Yeah, my exchange rate's right.
Copper to the silver.
That's right.
Right, the rest of the party will notice that during my morning practices, I've gone back to using Yuara.
No.
Yeah, well, I'm fed up of doing minimum damage, so I'm trying to boost my damage. If it's minimum, it'll be 5 points, not 3.
Fair enough.
I am actually still carrying. Am I carrying it? Hold on, let's check. The winter camping gear. I know it'll be a bit overkill in summer, but I think that will cover us going to the mountains and stuff.
I think maybe just in case, I think take it, like, just in case.
Fair enough. In that case, assuming everybody has bought their stuff, does the party wish to discuss plans, or are you just going to go hell for leather for the valley?
It's going to hit the road, I think.
Oh,
So,
is there anything anybody wants to do? I mean,
what is the exact plan? You've just got to return a wind chime to a place, right?
Well, first of all, we've got to find the Valley of 1,000 Autumns, and then we've got to find out what to do when we get there.
Yeah.
But we've got to find it first, because we don't know exactly where it is.
Okay. But we know roughly which direction to go, don't we?
Well, basically, if you read the cookery answer, it gives you a list of places they stopped at.
Yeah.
And they started in the city of Oita, so we've got to go there
So
first.
we're going there first, eh? Okay.
We're going into I'd like the party to help me out a little bit. Keep an eye open in Oita for any more of the people the rat gang that we had a fight with.
The rabbit gang, you mean? The rat gang's us.
Sorry, rabbit gang. Yeah, my flip. Sorry.
You can fight the rat gang if you want, but you're on your own.
You're on your own because that's our gang.
Yeah.
Well, it's not our gang; it's our local gang. I won't call it our gang because we're not in control of it, are we?
We are allied with them. We were on retainer with them for a while.
My gang is me.
And we were on retainer for them for a while before you were even with us.
Yeah,
Baka.
but not anymore. Not anymore.
Not anymore. But yeah, we are affiliated. They are the gang that we are affiliated with, if any.
If we happen to see any of the rabbits, can you please point them out to me?
Aye.
Not that I'm going to
It's
start
sure.
trouble, but just I want to keep note of any activity I may see.
Where they
Oh,
are,
okay.
and yeah, of course.
So you're looking to start trouble. Got it.
Got it.
Not looking to start trouble.
Yes, you are.
Just making sure that you find it before it finds you. I get it.
Would Harumi like to call in at the Castle of the Flame as we go by?
I bet she would.
That would be nice.
Right, it's only a little bit out. It's only a day or two out of our way. So
Yeah.
yeah okay.
It's not far out the way at all.
Is that not on the way to the shrine where you're getting your sake made as well? Or is that a different road? But no.
No, it's up. It is up that way.
Shinshinatsu is in a different direction.
Is it?
Oh,
It's
that's
on this
yeah.
side,
That's
on our side of the river.
gotcha.
Yep.
Never mind.
That's all right.
Is it Shinshinatsu? It's not visible on this map.
No.
Do you want me to move you to another map to show you where it is? or-
Yeah.
No,
Well,
exactly where
yeah,
it is.
okay.
We know that.
Because you're only going to have to bring us back to this map when we cross the river, aren't you? So
True.
it doesn't make seems
True.
pointless.
True.
Yeah,
True.
we'll drop in at the Castle of the Flame so that our Shugenji can pick up a scroll or two.
Very good.
That would be nice.
In that case, what is the party's movement rate?
Oh, it's about fucking 1.5 with slow pants and
I think Harumi is our slowest.
3.
I'm at 4.
Well, 4. That's not so bad.
You're up to 4. Very good.
Shigenja.
Yeah.
Only in a
Very
short
good for
while.
a Shigenja, yes. Well, you may be going up higher than that. Who knows?
Well, I've been working on my speed to try to get it up, so.
In that case, with the sound of the gongs in the Buddhist temples ringing in your ears, you head for the docks, saying goodbye to Wonshu as you leave. Wishes you well on your journeys, and you cross the river.
Oh,
So
hang
that
on,
would-
2 seconds. Just before we do, I'm just trying to decide if I should maybe leave some more gold with one shoe. Nah, I'm good. I've left 10 with them. Bye, one shoe. You're a good egg, really.
Okay,
See you in a few months.
See you in a few
hopefully.
months, mate.
certainly. Is something to keep track of the copper for the of the money for the party as a whole?
I don't think we have a party fund, do we? I think we just all have our own money, to be fair.
We do.
You do. You
Do we?
do. On the loot tab,
Oh, yeah.
you will see that you have gold, silver, and copper for the party.
We do. So who would like to keep track of that?
So I'll track the party
Thank you.
expenses.
Okay.
Very
I'm
good.
swapping places with Kinzo, the Watchers.
Aye.
But Yanagi. Maybe Yanagi.
Pure blood, is that a potion?
Yes, those are potions.
Potions of healing? I thought we had potions of healing somewhere. I knew we did. I was looking for them when I almost died in that fight, and then I was looking for potions.
Might be an idea to look the spell up, see what it says.
Doing that right now.
I think it's a healing spell. I'm sure we've got healing potions.
But is one of the healing spells?
The healing spells heal different things.
Exactly.
Pure body, I think, it heals poisons and stuff, doesn't it?
So it's pure blood, just physical damage. I can't be bothered to whip the box set out, like.
Character. Tim, didn't Kinzo... Yeah, you're Kinzo. Hold on, let me get the names right. You're Kinzo, aren't you?
Tim's Kinzo.
Yeah, Tim's Kinzo.
Koso's Tim. Koso's Nick.
Pure
Yeah,
blood is a school of soil.
And it cures poison and plague.
Cancels the effects of poison or plague.
Ah, right, so it's not an actual healing potion. It's a disease healer.
For healing
But
potions, you'd need pure body.
Okay.
No, pure body restores attribute damage.
You need pure flesh.
Pure flesh restores lost hit points.
I think we should try and pick some of those up somewhere if we can. I would like to have healing potions.
Did Tim? Did you not get some
Somewhat.
some healing potions from one of the priests that was sending you on your way for this mission? Not the first one that was helping you on your way gave you some stuff.
Well remembered, sir. Yes, he did.
But not that Baka would know that, but just.
Oh no, he would do because I'd have told you. It's not, no.
Okay. Yes, it is noted on your sheet.
Yeah, it's just that I'd forgotten about it as a player. This is noted on Kinzo's character sheet. Eh?
Yes. And you still have your blessing in Hatha Yoga. Not yet used.
Yeah. Well, I haven't found a use for it yet.
I think I used my blessing that I had from the Kami the Well a long time ago.
Yes, you did that when we were ambushed by Rabbit.
That's right.
Yes.
And I kicked their asses. It was worth using.
Lean, mean fighting machine. Yes. It kept you alive.
That's me.
Very good.
I don't know about lean, but mean, yes.
I'm definitely... Well, I am lean. I'm like... You know, like a swimmer's physique, where every muscle is perfectly toned, but they're still slim. I've got a swimmer's physique.
Yeah, and a bit of a sake belly.
Nah, not at all. I do 1,000 sit-ups a day, mate. I don't have any belly. It's not an inch of me hangs the wrong way.
I don't think you do, but anyway.
Do with that.
Okay.
How much is the river coffee?
It's not an ounce of fat on me.
You're late starting, because Kyūryū insists on doing 1,000 sit-ups, which of course cripples him. So it's probably midday before you can leave.
Not at all. No, not at all.
You
Be more pure flesh before we go.
You pay 5. Sorry.
We're getting a few more pure flesh before we go.
Are we going to find them here?
You are hunting for magical potions in a Class D town.
Yes.
Where are you looking for them?
If the shrines had them before, then I'm guessing they might not be a bad place to start.
Yeah.
Which shrine are you going to?
Was we not linked with one of the shrines? Oh no, it's temple I'm linked with. Dragon at Peace.
Yeah, same.
Oh, if you guys want to go to one of the shrines, if you're linked with one of the shrines, I can go and ask at the Dragon at Peace at one of the temples and see what they've got.
Dragon Temple. I've got status at the Dragon Temple. Moving Wave is a temple as well, isn't it? I've got status.
Moving Wave is
Moving Wave is a school.
The rest of the party look sideways at you. It's a martial arts school.
Right, okay, that's Oliver that's got a bad memory, not Kyūryū. Don't punish the character for the player's bad memory.
Might be an idea to fill out the rest of it. So it's the Harvest Blessing Shrine.
Yeah, there isn't enough room in the boxes to fill it out completely. Or will the box get bigger if I put it in?
Some of them do, some of them don't.
If you have
That one does.
on,
Yeah, that one does. Yeah, okay, so that's Harvest Blessing Shrine. And Moving Wave, I'm going to change that so it says Moving Wave School.
Ooh.
Thank you, David.
second.
Castle of the Flame is a school, isn't it?
No,
No.
the Castle of the Flame is the Castle of the Flame. It's
Yes.
the residence of a number of Shugenja.
Flower of Hyuga, is that a temple?
That's a school.
Ryuga
That's
is
a school.
The Rat Gang is the
Yeah,
Rat
the Rat Gang's the Rat Gang. The House in the Rock is a school.
Yep.
And the Shinguru Village is Shinguru Village. But I have got Harvest Blessing Shrine. I have got an earned status of 1 there.
I mean, if you want to, well, if you want to go to the Dragon at Peace, I mean, it seems silly. I don't think maybe they might could go and ask see what they
Is that the full name of the Dragon Temple that I've written here? Is it Dragon at Peace?
Dragon at Peace.
Yeah.
Yes. The Temple of the Dragon at Peace.
Right, I've got 1 status at that temple.
Yep, but your group status
Oh yeah, it's
is 11. That means your status BCS is 2.
okay.
So
And the status BCS is like what you roll when you're trying to ask them for stuff.
oh yes.
Okay.
And you may influence that if you wish.
that
What are
was-
you asking for?
That was my next question. Is it like when you try to get training and you can influence them by giving them a bit of silver? Gives you
Yes,
pluses
indeed.
on the roll
It does indeed.
to a maximum of.
2d6.
That's right.
You
So
decide. You
yeah.
decide how much you're offering.
and you roll
and I
2d6,
then
and
roll
that
to see
tells me how much
much
is
of that
effective.
Is
Yeah.
effective. Yes.
Right. So I would like to offer the full. Well, I mean to try. I'm going to ask. We're going to ask the. We're asking to buy potions, or we're just asking them to give us potions.
Well, the effect number required to be given potions by a Buddhist temple. Are you on a mission for them?
No, this is just we want them personally, so it's not going to be trying to get them gifted. I'm just going to try and buy them.
Okay. How much are you donating to the roof fund?
12 silver.
Okay. So let's see. Make your status roll, and then I'll see how much of your silver is effective.
Ho 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 ho! First roll of the evening, boys.
Well, deduct 12 silver from
Yeah,
your.
that's already done.
Yep, fine. And 5 of them were effective, so that gives you a status BCS of 7. You rolled a 1, so
6
yes.
effect numbers.
They are willing to delve into their temple doors
And it's
to,
called
to
Pure
see what they have available.
It's called Pure Flesh, the one we're looking for, isn't it?
No.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, you're in a
I
Buddhist.
thought we
temple.
just agreed it was.
Yeah, we did. It's
No.
Pure Flesh, wasn't it?
Yes, that is the magical potion that is created by Genja.
Ah,
You have gone to a temple shrine.
Ah, right, so we're looking for something
Or a
else.
temple. And there they effectively summon a miracle and embody it into a potion.
Oh, okay.
Now that is somewhat rarer, given that it is the blessings of the Buddha that are being
Channeled into it.
channeled in. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So you are looking for some of those. Very
Any
good.
type of healing aid.
Let's see what they have available. Okay, do they have any level 6? Nope. Do they have any level 5? They do have a level 5 available if you want it.
Yes, please.
Okay, that will be 5 gold. If you want it.
Alright, just keep it then. Sorry, I didn't realise you were robbers as well as priests.
I'm sorry. That's the sort of thing that's created by the abbot. The lesser healing potions are cheaper.
Yeah, well, because of the donation I gave to your roof, I now can no longer afford to buy it, so thanks for nothing.
Do they have
how much
any
you shot
level-
by?
Do they have any level 4 potions? Yes. Those are not as expensive.
How much are they?
Those are 3 silver each. Sorry, those are 1 gold each.
I'll take 2 of them.
Well,
how much?
hang on.
How much do they heal you by?
Well, those are level 4, so those are 4d6. Do they have any level 3?
Does that mean you get 4 uses of a
No.
d6 or 1 use of 4d6?
1 use of 4d6.
Right.
Do they have any level 2? No. But they do have a lot of level. They do have some level 1.
How much are level 1s?
Level 1s are 5 silver apiece, and they have. They have 4 available. Those are 1d6 healing.
And what are they per piece?
5 silver apiece.
I'll just take the 2 level 4s.
Okay.
Was that how many? Yeah, how many level 4s did they have?
2.
They have.
Oh no, they had more than that.
They have 4 level 1.
Yeah.
5 silver apiece.
But you said that they had some level 4s as well.
No, they had
how many
one.
they had.
Had 1 level 4.
Oh, I thought they had
Okay.
I thought they had 2 level 4s.
Sorry, no, just 1 on that roll.
Fuck's sake. Waste of time this was.
Well, temples are expensive for buying healing potions because putting the miracles of the Buddha into, or the Kami, into a potion is difficult.
And what did that cost me? 1 gold.
It would cost you 1 gold for that level 4 potion.
Okay.
You may be better asking at the Castle of the Flame.
I'm a bit annoyed at these guys, to be honest. They pissed me off. Just fixed the roof and then they ripped me off.
No. They charged you the going rate for these.
I rolled a 1 and it never made any difference. I'm pissed off.
It did. They went into the stores to see what they had available, and they told you what they had available, and they just charged you the normal
I'm
price.
sure just handing them 12 silver would have made them go and look at what was available. The 1 must have been significant somehow, no?
Yes, they've sold you the lot, or they were willing to sell you the lot. The abbot doesn't make many potions, you know. That was the only one they had.
Does they make many friends, I imagine, either?
Oh dear. Anyway.
Is the potion still called Pure Flesh, or will I just say Healing Potion 4d6?
No, this is a healing potion,
Yep.
4d6.
What does it weigh?
Will weigh half a pound.
If you're worried about weight, I've still got quite a bit of
No, I'm good for weight,
Nice.
mate. No, I'm good for weight. I was just good for weight. I was just filling in the form, and I'm going to put that in my carried, so I'll be carrying that. Warden. And you're carrying the camping gear, yeah? Aye, it says buy other.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, there. Yeah, that's me done shopping wise.
Can I just check with you? I've been having my Tetsubo, my baggage.
Mm-hmm.
I get searched. Is that likely to cause an issue if they find it in my baggage?
Do you have something authorizing you to carry it in Hyuga? It isn't a problem once you're outside Hyuga.
We do,
It's just-
we do, we do. We've got permission, and I've got permission to carry shuriken.
Really?
Only, I'm guessing, whilst we're on the mission for the last mission.
Lord Kanawa, you mean? Which has terminated. Now you could try disguising your Tetsubo.
It's a walking stick.
No, you'd have to effectively try turning it into a porter's yoke or something like that. which would mean that you wouldn't be able to deploy it immediately. But given that you are travelling outside Hyuga, you're heading up through North Hyuga up into Bungo province.
It's done. Once we're out, not an issue.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep my shuriken hidden in the little hiding place that I have in my bag for them.
Okay.
In that case, can I go and ask at the gang if they've got anyone that can aid me with this?
Certainly. Status roll, please.
It's also something I should be putting some money towards. Probably. I do a status roll first.
Well, are you going to put any money towards it? You don't have to.
I'm gonna just chuck.
I mean, basically, your status BCS is 11.
Yeah, but after that one just rolled, I know how D20 works. I'm gonna chuck 2 silver at it as well. Just
Okay.
keep the
Roll
gang
your
sweet.
dice. Roll your dice.
Good luck.
Yes, but he's a busy man and they'll have to charge you for it.
Yeah, no worries.
So that would...
Yes, please.
They'll charge you a silver.
Thank you.
It's something that they do all the time, but if you'd made your status roll, it would have been free.
Great.
Okay. Anybody else got any weapons they want to hide? No? Very
Oh,
good.
Tantos.
A Tanto is... do you have a permit to carry it as a Hyman? Or are you
Yeah.
going to hide it?
Well, I'm going to leave it with 1 shoot.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, save my shurikens.
Okay.
You gonna not take your shurikens? I'm taking mine.
Why? I have my darts.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
And you can always pick up some shuriken from the dead bodies.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure I'll be able to find a Tanto or 2 somewhere along the way.
Very good. All set. In that case, please deduct 5 copper for the river crossing, which goes peacefully.
Already
And you
done
make... Okay, you make
Yeah, hang on.
cross the river.
Because I've only got 4 copper in my purse, so I need to do 1
No,
silver and
you
get 20.
don't. No, you don't. If you remember, I asked, is somebody going to manage the party funds?
All right, so we're just paying that out of the
from
party funds. Okay.
Yes.
Of course, if you
At
wish
the
to...
moment, it comes out of party funds till I ask you for some.
Ah,
donation.
okay. Okay, sound.
Of course,
If it was 5 each, I'd definitely be having words with them.
Well, he'd be quite happy to take 5 each from you, but you know, you're using Wonshu's name and you're getting
Yeah,
it
it's
at
5
the
for all
cheap
of us,
rate
sorry.
of 1 copper each. Okay. Does anything happen on the way? Apparently not. So it takes you a couple of read across, and then so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You will reach the junction, so you will have to camp off the side of the Saikaido for the night.
Cool, I'll set a
Yeah.
tent up.
Fair enough. Does anything happen overnight? No, a peaceful night is... And the following morning, I believe, also dawns. Beautiful weather. Yes, it does.
Nice.
The breeze has switched round to the northwest, but it's still clear skies. Everybody's expecting a good year. It's been a
Mild winter.
a very mild winter, and so the spring is actually early.
Which means bigger crops, doesn't it? Means
Well,
if spring is early, the
subject-
crops grow for longer before they, turn into whatever they are. So yeah, it means bigger crops in early spring, I think.
Well, the Kami are obviously blessing the island. It's everybody is very optimistic.
Good.
So the following day, you are going to be heading up past the Twin Inn, and your movement rate drops. So you're moving 5 today. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can stop the night in Shinguru if you wish.
Yep.
I like Shinguru. It makes.
Yeah, we have status here. They like us here.
Yes, yes. You are an open-handed devotee of the local inn.
We helped them. I believe Kyūryū and I helped them out when they had a
We did something
quake or
for
something.
them. Yeah, we did something for them.
Helped them do a bit of rebuilding after their earthquake.
Yep. And you settled the bill of the Buddhist priest who
Oh yeah.
had drunk some of their sake. Kyūryū.
Mm-hmm.
And the following day, again another day of peaceful and calm, and you make it all the way to the Castle of the Flame.
It's on the
So,
3rd. We get to the Castle of the Flame.
This is on the 3rd Mutsuki. Yes. And you are welcomed in by the student at the gate.
Greetings.
Greetings. He will inquire as to your reason for being here.
We're travelling, and you're on our road, so we thought it would be a nice place to visit. Nice time to come visit for you.
He will, of course, accept what you said. Even though he knows damn well it's not on the road. But
Ignore him. I'm here to look for some Torimonos, if possible.
very good. In that case, he will take you along to see one of the Shugenja who's available. So, Ayuga. The one I want. So, this is the first week of Mutsuki. So there's only one of the Shugenja actually free this week. Everybody else is busy or running a class. So you will be seeing Asukai. I mean, he's one of the Shugenja. You know them quite well. He will welcome you back to the castle and inquire. He understands that you're interested in some Torimono.
Yes.
You finished the one that was lent to you?
Yes, I have. And I will give it back to him.
Very good. In that case, he will ask if you wish to borrow another one to further your education.
Please.
Okay, so which ones do you actually know so far? So you know Mud, you know Bursting Bonds, Darts of Water and Concealing Cloak. You have a choice of Mirror of Deception, Binding of limbs or arrows of water, he says, expecting the answer of
Binding limbs.
you don't want arrows of water? Okay.
Not yet.
Very good. He will lend you the Torimono for binding of limbs, knowledge 32. And for the listeners, this is a medium range spell. And the spell entangles the target in tendrils of magic energy, like the results of a successful entangle attack. The effect number of the entangle is equal to 1d6 per level of spell. Saving throws to escape the entangle use the average saving throw in deftness and speed. And the cost is 2 times the level of the spell used. So, as a level 2 Shugenja, you could cast it at first level or second level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But first of all, you have to learn it.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. Are you looking to purchase any other Torimono?
Actually buy. If they have a pure flesh around, that would be great.
Let's see. So Torimono are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just look up the prices. I believe it's that they are Class A goods. Is that right, Tim?
Yes, it is. They can also be considered classes of artwork.
Well, Class A goods are normally valued in gold. And thankfully, this is the equivalent of a Class A city in terms of buying spell teaching Torimono. So you can get them at standard price here. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, I think the price is 1/10 of the knowledge. Is that correct?
That sounds reasonable to me.
Okay. So what would you be interested in getting if they've got it? Because they may not have it.
That or darts of metal or the arrows of water.
Sorry, what was the first one? You said that. What are you looking
Yeah.
for?
So the pure flesh or darts of metal or the arrows of water.
Okay, pure flesh. Do they have that? They do indeed have a pure flesh Torimono. Please make a status roll. Don't roll a 20. You are a student in good standing. Yes, they are willing to sell you a Torimono of pure flesh for 2 gold.
Okay. I hand over the 2 gold.
That's a knowledge 20 spell.
You learn.
In the school of soil. What's your skill in soil?
It's low at the moment, so it's not going to be a priority.
You do not have sufficient knowledge to learn that, but you have the teaching scroll for when you do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very good.
As that would be really useful for our party, I'd be willing to chip in for that. If it would then allow you to buy a scroll that is also more useful for you now. If you need a bit of extra cash towards that. Self-enlightened interest. I'm happy to invest in that.
Well, let's see what the
I-
arrows of water will cost.
Yeah,
do they have arrows of water?
Well, they just
Do I
offered it to him.
No, they just. Sorry, my apologies. Yes, water they do have. So, an arrows of water would set you back 3.6. So that would be 3 gold, 7 silver.
You like a little bit of investment?
I'm still good.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she does not really spend her money on anything.
Baka, if you're looking to invest in your Shugenja, persuading the party leader to stay here for a week while Harumi boosts her knowledge in the School of Soil to the level of being able to use pure flesh.
Yeah. It's also Kinzo as well.
Well, I was just about to
his
say
mission too.
I've got no problem with it. You will have to ask Kinzo. This is his quest we're on. But I approve if Kinzo approves.
Grovel, grovel, grovel.
Fuck off! I didn't make him grovel.
Yes, Baka.
Especially as the Kamis have predicted, this could be quite a dangerous trip. We have already taken quite a bit of damage in some of our recent fights, or some of us have. This would probably be a good opportunity for our Shugenja here to develop their skills to
Be more
aid
capable
our
in
party
healing.
a bit more.
Yeah.
To be more capable of porting our party in the crazy endeavors that we can tend to get to. How do you feel about this?
Proposing?
I believe if that was Rumi said was about a week would it take to get your skill up.
It's
To get to the, mind you, this is
week
just
is
to get
the
to the
task
stage.
time. The week is the task time. Okay.
And that's just to get to the stage to learn the spell, not actually to learn the spell as well, isn't it?
Correct.
Yes.
It's a knowledge 20 spell, and Harumi's knowledge is only 7. Okay. So
Go on.
to be able to use the spell, she has to have her knowledge increased to at least 20. However,
So what timescale are we looking at here? Roughly.
let's see. Now the problem is the task value for learning a new spell is equal to the knowledge required for that spell. So in other words, 20 points. And the task points are derived from the effect number of a BCS roll in that school of knowledge.
Okay. So we could be looking at months.
So if Harumi gets her skill up to 20, so that she can actually use the spell, then to try and learn the spell, she's got to make an effect BCS roll against the 20. So the BCS is going to be 4 plus her level, which is 6, plus, so it's the effect number against a BCS of 6, plus her level, her learning rate, and she needs to get 20 effect numbers. So really, you need to try and get her skill higher than 20.
I mean, I'm saying rough time frame here. We're looking at over a month, which I think is definitely going to be pushing it for getting on and getting in the weather. Am I missing time frame here?
You want to try and get it done before winter. which is effectively 9 months away.
Mm-hmm.
Based upon these numbers, Kinzo, are you more eager to get this done sooner? How do you feel?
I'm not prepared to wait a month or more, no.
No, and I think
Yeah.
Your learning rate, I'm guessing you'd get to 20 in 2 weeks? 2 weeks?
Possible.
And then learning the spell on top of that is going to be to that. Okay, yeah, no, it's over a month. That's fine. Do apologise. Sorry to waste even this time.
It's a good idea. It's just not currently feasible.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's the difficulty.
But I have the scrolls now.
You have the scrolls now, yes, which is good. I mean,
I was actually
just for reference, if you were learning School of Soil here, and let me just check. They do have teaching scrolls in that, surprisingly enough. So Harumi would get 5 plus her learning rate each week here.
Let's do 7.
So you would need 2 weeks.
Yeah.
To get up to over 20. 2 weeks.
And then it would have to be
14.
And then it'd have to be a very, very good roll the 3rd week. In a month.
No. That is just to get her skill in the school to 21.
So this is what I'm saying. 2 weeks to get her skill to level 21, and then week of learning the Toromono. You'd have to roll very well on learning that.
Yes, basically she has to roll a d20 below 6, to which she then adds her level and learning rate, which is 4.
Yeah. She
So
got
my learning rate's 2.
9, I think.
So if you rolled a 1, it would give you 9. You would need 3
wow.
weeks rolling
Okay.
Yeah,
1.
3 weeks to do it.
3 weeks
never mind.
rolling a 1 each week.
Which is a hardcore. They're well
It's
difficult
not happening, like.
No.
Yeah.
No.
They're not easy to get the spells up. But when they get them...
Yeah. We saw how effective your spells were a couple of weeks ago. A couple of sessions ago.
Very good. There's a reason why the Castle of the Flame has never been attacked.
Well, I know where I'm spending my winter.
The Valley of the Thousand Autumns.
Possibly.
Okay, so you spend the evening there. If the party are willing to talk about their past experiences, the Shugenja are interested to hear
I'll
what
definitely
you're
share
willing
some
to
stories
tell.
with them, yeah.
Okay. The intrusion of Honshu politics into Kyūryū is deprecated. Why don't they just stick to their own knitting and stop bothering us? A pleasant evening is had, and the following morning you presumably are heading back to Shinguru.
Correct.
Yes.
Mhm.
Very good. Bit of light cloud today. No, still gentle breeze. And again, remarkably peaceful as you make your way through the forest, the smells of the wild flowers, etc. as you reach Shinguru. Sorry, you should have paid 10 copper for the first night and another 10 copper for tonight. So 20 copper. Somebody just dropped off?
Yeah, we've just lost Tim.
Oh dear. Discord playing up.
You say that, but I never have problems with it.
I do occasionally. I get, but then I don't have ultra fast broadband and what have you.
I do. I've got really fast broadband and a good computer, and I don't have problems. So I don't think it's Discord that's the problem.
No, it's probably the phone connection.
Yeah, it'd be an internet thing probably.
Anyway,
I pay over 60 quid a month, but I get 900 up and 900 down. It's really fast, like.
okie doke. So the following day, again, clear skies again today. The breeze has got up. It's a bit stronger. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can make it to Kyūryū village.
Do we still see is that shrine still on fire? Or is it out now?
No. I've just put a note there just to say that is a shrine that you
That was burning.
are aware
Yeah.
has had a fire.
Yeah. Are we close enough to see? Are they fixing the place? Is it getting a bit worked on?
Oh yes, they are doing the repairs, etc. Most of them are done, but
We should have asked if any of the shrines in Nobioka were arsonage. Find out where it started.
good question.
Would have been.
Yes, it would have been. I mean, given these are along the Saikaido, there might be other ones that have gone on fire. Who knows?
Actually, I have a feeling that if a shrine in Nobioka had been set on fire, we'd have heard about it.
That's what I was thinking. We would have heard about it. Yeah.
Oh yes, you would have done.
It sounds like the river crossing one was possibly, unless they were on the road further down, possibly the first one to. How do we know? Surmise.
Well, there were no signs of. You didn't hear anything at all about any fires in Nobioka. You did hear tales of the fire at the river crossing shrine across the river because it's local. You didn't hear anything about shrines further north. Could I have a D20 roll for the party, please? If you were hanging around.
11.
Okay. You did hear tell of fires on to the south.
Okay.
Let me just move you to another map.
Spirit of Art Shrine.
Where are we on this? Up here, eh?
Umidi? Is that Umidi? Is that how you pronounce it?
The Shrine of War had a slight fire a couple of days before the on for Shuasu. A couple of days before the fire at the Thanks the River Crossing Shrine. Didn't do much damage.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to ask. Did they mention anything when you went to the Peace, Dragon at Peace temple? Are they doing it temples? Is the temples burnt as well, or is it just shrines?
It appears to be just shrines. That's all you've heard about. Anyway, so you make it to Kyūryū safely, and it will cost you 15 copper for the night. following day. And if you inquire in the village, there's no news on who caused the fire at the road shrine, but it is believed to have been arson. And they have probably heard about the Thanks River Crossing shrine, because it's not that far away. So they think that there's an arsonist on the loose who's obviously a Buddhist. He's attacking the shrine.
No, he's someone that's anti-Shinto. That doesn't make him a Buddhist. That's a bit xenophobic, David.
Definitely with Kyūryū on this one.
That's a bit racist, David.
Well, you are talking about peasants talking here, not exactly mighty philosophers.
Well, you make a point, but I would like to stand on principle that they're not Buddhists just because they're anti-Shinto. Buddhists are peaceful people, remember.
Tell that to the Yamabushi, says one of the the other people in the pub.
Was saying it whilst he was polishing his Yuara.
Yeah.
They've heard tales of the temples over on Honshu. They attack each other over arguments over Buddhist scriptures. Peaceful. Ha. Anyway. So, the following day, you leave, heading north. And... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you will be able to reach the village of Oshino. Traffic on the road is picking up. Everybody's the merchants are moving seed around. Agricultural implements are being carried to the various villages. The road is in very good condition, actually, for this time of year. It's had none of the wear and tear of a bad winter on it. So everybody's in very good spirits. So, which route do you wish to go? Are you going to carry on up the Saikaido and cross at Orino Castle? Or are you going to stick to North Hyuga and travel to Osuki and then north up to Oita?
Is there not a path that goes along the river?
Pardon?
House of the Is there not a that goes the House of the River, the House of the Peaceful Arts cuts up to Aku?
Does that road go somewhere?
Well, yes, but you haven't travelled it.
Exactly.
Should we travel it just to clear some black off the map? I think we should.
Do you wish?
We'll stay inside our home province, so we'll stay on this side of the river, and we'll follow the river path, because there must be one.
I think that does follow the river, that path there, by the looks of it.
See neither end of a road. Let's hope it meets in the middle.
Okie doke. In that case, you are woken up in the night by a shaking of the inn.
Oh.
And there is slight sounds of things getting knocked onto the floor, and there's the odd crack as timber laths fracture, but it's only a minor tremor. There is no major structural damage.
If this is you getting your own back, then
No.
I wasn't in the other session.
No. I have notes. I have a note here that there is a minor tremor today. Slight damage.
I mean, Japan's one of the most earthquake country, one of the countries that gets earthquake the most. Was back in feudal times, still is now. Earthquakes are very common in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. It's right on the meeting of two tectonic plates, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. There's a major subduction zone.
Yeah.
You know the Ring of Fire that goes around the Pacific? Japan is on the Ring of Fire.
Ah, okay. Is Japan, am I right in thinking Japan is the most earthquake-ridden country? I think it's the worst, like.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Japan gets it worse than any other country.
I think it's so populated, it's definitely reported.
It has more effect on
a
Japan,
lot.
yeah, because it's so populous, yeah. Do you know what? I lived in Crete for 4 years, and it's an island that has earthquakes. I never felt a single one. I slept through every single one.
Well, according to Google...
we're checking.
Yeah.
Quite right.
The Ring of Fire going round the Pacific is where you have the most earthquakes. And Japan is particularly vulnerable to tectonic activity and earthquakes.
I'm just going to do country with both earthquakes and see what it says. Japan, number 1.
Yeah.
Japan, Indonesia, China, Philippines, Iran, Turkey, Peru, Mexico, Afghanistan.
Anyway, so you leave Oshino and travel north. So that's 1, 2, 3. So, sorry, 1, 2. So you use up 1.5 of your re in traveling. And arrive at Arino Castle.
Wait, was it? That was the 6th we were in.
That
Reno,
was
wasn't
the
it?
6th. Yep. So please knock another 15 copper off for staying in Oshino. And you arrive at Arino Castle. Where...
Why is it, Dave? Why is it 15 copper a day? There's only 4 of us.
Sorry, there's 5 of you. Yanagi's with you.
Yanagi's with us.
Oh, of course it's. Sorry, yeah, my mistake.
Yep. That's why it was 10 in Shinguru. It's 15 when you're on the Saikaido.
The other advantage of going this way, it should be slightly cheaper.
So we make it to Arino Castle on the 7th, yeah?
You make it to Arino Castle on the 7th. And the guards will see how... Oh, average reaction. You are stopped. You're checked for why you traveling. And you are on some sort of Shinto mission, but nothing particular. They're not in a particularly obstreperous mood, so they don't search you. You are allowed, given that you are heading east, you are allowed to proceed without a problem. So that means you have 2.5 re left to go, which rounds up to 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, and
So
you
stay at
reach the
Rusutsu
village
or
of
Mochino?
Mochino.
Sounds like a coffee.
Knock off 10 copper for staying in Mochino, please.
Only 2 each here. Happy days.
Well, of course, you're not on the Saikaido. So, you can make out the hills to the south, even if you can't see very far into them because of the darkness. Everybody's getting on with preparing the fields for planting. The river outside the village is not high. There's been some rain during the winter, but it's
When it's
not flood.
when it's little rain, it's bad for fishing, and when there's a lot of rain, it's good for fishing. Am I right?
Depends. If there's too much rain, it washes all the fish downstream.
But when the river's high and not too high, doesn't that just bring more fish up to the closer to the edge of the water and easier to catch them? I don't know. I'm a vegan, mate. I don't fucking hunt any animals, so I don't know anything about this shit.
Well, if anybody has fishing, I'd have to look it up. Please don't ask me.
I could ask my brother. Every other man in my family fishes. It's just me that's the weirdo vegan, like.
So the following day, decide to head further east, and that's 1, 2, 3. Well, you reach the village of
Carrera?
Carrera. That's 1, 2, 3. So early afternoon you reach Carrera, and you're not going to reach the next village unless you kind of push on a bit faster.
Well, we could push on a wee bit faster one time. It's not going to cause any major problems. Harumi, how do you feel about moving a little bit faster for one day, for one afternoon?
For one day, sure.
Yeah.
Very good.
I'll fucking put it on my shoulders if we need to.
In that case,
Dear that black. Dear that.
Get out of the black. Hey!
to the next village. I suppose I'd better look up and see what that village is. This is one of the older maps that I didn't actually have all the names on.
It would be a massive ask to have a name on every single place on the map, Dave. Realistically, you only need to name them as they get uncovered.
Well, in actual fact, on the main map I do, but I didn't print the names off. This is Kyūryū village. Let me just add it to the map. I better put it in yellow.
Do each one of these villages have a different class level like the towns and the cities do, or is it just villages a village?
Villages are either class E or F.
Ah, so they all have the same class system. So cities are A and B, towns are C and D, villages are E and F, yeah?
Correct.
Cool. Is there anything above A, or is it just A is like a capital city?
There are very, very few A's.
Yeah, so A is like a capital.
There
Like
are,
a Tokyo,
I think,
or Kyoto.
3 A-class cities on the map.
So is that Tokyo,
They could go to
Kyoto?
A- They could go to A+ if enough money was spent on them. So they'd go up to about 1 million people living there.
So what do you think the three are? Is it Kyoto, Kyoto, Tokyo, and something else?
They are Yedo, Kyoto, and Osaka, I believe.
Is Tokyo a modern thing?
Didn't exist yet.
Yeah, it didn't exist
Yeah,
yet.
that's more modern.
Yeah.
Well, strictly speaking, it should be called Edo, EDO. It shouldn't have a Y in the front. That's American pronunciation for you.
There we go.
Yedo's the one down here.
So you've got Yedo there. You have Kyoto there. And where's the other one?
What's the other one?
Not sure there is another one, actually.
Osaka's there. Hiroshima, Kumamoto. I'm just looking at the words.
Osaka, yes.
Is it
that's
Osaka? So there's two right next to each other.
Yes.
Cool.
And we're over here somewhere, yeah?
Is this
You are
is
over
this a
here.
photo scan of your map from the box set, Dave? Yeah.
This is the box set, yes.
Yeah,
I just thought I'd put it in, yes.
It's got actual
You
pen marks on it. I love
Are
it.
currently about there.
Oh, sorry, I was zoomed way in. Where are we? Ah, okay. Yeah, Nobi.
You've just
Yeah,
been travelling
Nobioka's
up
there.
Hokkaido.
Miyazaki's there.
That river is the border between Hyuga province and Bungo province, and you are travelling along the south of the river, heading towards the where the offshoot of the Saikaido, so that you can cross the river into Oita. Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
no trouble. Let's move you back to the main map.
Still to get a frame for my one. I'm going to put mine up on the wall next to my Middle Earth and my Westeros and my Baldur's Gate.
Okay, so again the day passes peacefully. What's wrong?
And this will be the 9th we're setting off on now, eh?
Correct. So again, clear skies, beautiful weather, the Kamiya smiling upon your journey. And I will be very, very, very kind. And
Oh,
Ooh.
because in the
that's a
village you
temple,
are told
isn't it?
you pass a temple on the way.
Is it on fire?
No?
Oh no, it's shrines.
Shrines
It's
again,
shrines that are on fire, not temples. Yeah.
I see those bloody Buddhists are doing it.
Shut up, you.
Okay, this is the village of Budoshu.
Sorry, can I quickly pop into the shrine, just into the temple? Sorry, just to offer a donation. 2 silver, please.
They are most grateful for your donation. And that is the Pota Temple. Okay. So, actually travelling, you travel 1, 2, 3, effectively 3 to there. So that is, you're effectively 2/3 of the way through the day. So it's
We could do a bit more.
early afternoon when you get there.
And we're still heading north, aren't we, from here?
You have a no.
No? Where are we going from here?
Here,
Well,
you're crossing the border.
Ah, and going this
Crossing
way.
the river.
Oita is the start
Aye,
of
up
the...
this way.
So, do you wish to stay in the village tonight and cross the river tomorrow, or cross the river tonight and stay in Oita tonight?
We look,
We'll
see
stay
how
in the
the...
village. No, we'll stay
Can
in the
I
village.
make a suggestion?
You can.
My suggestion was going to be, can we just walk up to the where the crossing is and see how busy the guards are? Guards are very busy, then now would be the good time to cross.
Let's see what
Yeah,
the
I agree.
how the guards are today. Oh, the guards.
When I
are
actually
checking,
go up to the guards.
the guards are checking everything today. There is a queue.
To the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In that case, you will be staying in the village of Wanaku overnight. Is there room at the inn? Yes, there is room at the inn. So that will be 15 copper, please. Because although this is within North Hyuga, it is also on the offshoot of the Saikaido, so they can get away with charging more money.
Saikaido prices.
Correct. Very good. And so that's the 9th of Mutsuki. On the 10th, you venture towards the crossing. And how are the guards today? The queues aren't as long. The guards are a bit grumpy, but they don't appear. They're basically just taking their time checking things over. They're not actively searching everybody's pack.
Okay.
So your hidden Tetsubo and Shuriken are probably safe. Please roll a d20, don't roll a 20. Very good.
And you, Baka,
You
I think.
no,
No,
I
just
just
me.
won for the party.
The party.
Yes. You didn't upset the guards when you proffered the papers, Kyūryū. So, do you cross the river successfully? Or, well, you cross the river successfully, it's just are you safe doing so? Yes, all is well. So, you use up 2 of your move in crossing the river, and 1 for the guards, so you are 3 down by the time you get to the far side. So, of your... so I will move you to the next map.
Or do we do 4 daily, don't we?
You have a BMA of 4, so on the Saikaido you can do 8.
Yeah, it's double in the Saikaido, isn't it?
And you've already used 3 of them.
I'd like to remind everyone to keep their wits about them at the moment.
Because you are going through Oita. Right, you are checked again on arrival in Oita by the guards on the far side, but they appear to be in a reasonably good mood, so you don't have much in the way of delays. Can I have a d20 roll for the party, please?
I'll let somebody else get on.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Nice work.
Okay. I presume there are people who have wit saving throws of greater than 3, correct?
I pass on that, so everyone passes on
Yeah,
that.
I would pass on that, aye.
Okay. How many effect numbers does the most
Set,
intelligent person in the party get?
I got 4 because my saving throw's 3. 7, sorry.
It's Harumi that's going to have...
Yeah, Harumi, what's your base saving throw on wit?
What's your saving throw?
Base saving throws 9.
On wit? Nice.
And wit. Yeah.
Okay. You do catch sight of a couple of faces that you may recall from down in Miyazaki as you are passing the lot.
Are they
Rabbits.
noticing us, or are they just faces we've seen in the crowd? Moment.
I rolled separately, and you lot haven't been recognised. But you advised everybody to keep an eye out, and because you did that, Harumi was on watch. And because you mentioned the rabbits, Harumi noticed a couple of faces she remembered. So, you are...
Not linger.
You do not linger. You pass through. Harumi murmurs that she has spotted some people, but doesn't draw attention to herself by pointing at them. And you have 5 hexes to go today. So, 1, 2, 3,
It's the 11th now.
4. This is the 10th. You stayed in Wanaku on the 9th.
On the 9th. Crossed the river on the 10th in the morning. Saw some rabbit guys in Oita.
And you carried on through the city, unless you wish to stop in Oita to do any shopping.
No. Not me.
In that case,
I-
you will reach Akaigawa. So you cross the river.
Can we make sure that we... Can we just double check that we weren't followed, please, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, could I have a roll for the party?
Let me go for it. Oh.
Lucky 13.
Not so's you'd notice. Okay, so you've reached Akaigawa. What? Does anybody wish to consult anything at this point? What's your plan going forward?
What direction do we go now, Tim?
We're going to cross the next river into Sarabatsu, then we're going to head up that river on that side of the river, the bank.
Okay.
Not on the road.
There is a road
No,
on the south side of the bank. South side of the river.
You talking about this one?
Heading west.
Aye, this road here. Aye, there's a road.
I'm happy to go cross country, but it's going to be a bit slow going.
I don't mind going cross country.
It's fine.
Harumi says with gritted teeth.
Basically.
Are you looking into it, Tim? The story?
Yes, the story says we left through various comments about the market in Oita. Then it says we left through the northern gate, making our way up the Saikaido. The master had given me several things to carry and warned me we would be travelling through the hills, so I limited my supplies to simple cooking gear, 20 or 30 spices, and other items I felt would be unavailable in the villages we might pass. We spent
Don't
the
know
night
what the items he. Oh, sorry.
Sorry?
Don't know what the items he was asked to carry by the master were.
Well, no, he doesn't mention those.
I don't think it's relevant.
He just mentions the important stuff to do with cooking.
Gotcha.
We spent the night in Akaigawa, and the master forbade me visiting the kitchen. ... Various comments about previous problems when he tried to help the cooks. It then continues, I was lucky enough to catch the hunters as they came into the village as we left, and was able to purchase some excellent mushrooms. There was little traffic on the Saikaido, and even less when we turned off, but I had to slip them into my pack as the master announced he was visiting an old friend in Tsurui. We would have to suffer another cooking again.
Where's Sarui?
You don't know.
Ah, so we're just going to head off into the black.
So the question is, do you turn off? The only turn off that's marked as a road is the one on this side of the river, Kinzo. So do you want to try
actually,
that?
having read the excerpt again, we'll go up the road because he doesn't actually cross that. He doesn't actually cross the river.
Nope.
He turns off up the road instead.
Very good. Okay. In that case, on 11 Mutsuki, you leave Akaigawa. Let me just check something.
Oh.
As luck would have it, some hunters are returning to the village as you leave.
Happen to have any mushrooms on them?
Make a luck roll.
It seems auspicious. I feel like
No,
best
no,
no.
They had no luck in finding mushrooms. In fact, they didn't have much luck at all when they were out hunting. They're looking somewhat dejected.
Hopefully this is the reason why the kami said we were going to have bad luck. It was all to do with these mushrooms that we wanted to buy. It has nothing else to do with anything else other than that.
Okay, so you travel to Ri up this Saikaido, and then you turn west. So 1, 2, and you travel the side of the river. and you reach the village of Tsurui. Without any problems. Do you wish to... Sorry, can you deduct 15 for staying in... copper for staying in Akaigawa, and it'll be another 10 for staying in Tsurui. Okay, tip. Fair enough. You look at your excerpts, etc., and I don't think he says anything particularly complimentary about Tsurui, does he?
He doesn't say anything complimentary about anything, just about.
Okay. So you stay in the inn. See. It is actually a very good meal. Probably one of the better ones you've had in an inn. There's nothing whatsoever to complain about.
Good.
Okie doke. So, you are... There's a road leading to the west of the village. Are you going to inquire, ask any questions at the inn, or...
Kinzo.
How far to the next town?
Just like Kinzo take the lead on that. It's his mission.
I'm going to ask, which way do we leave the village to get to the? Is it Nishimeya or Nishimeya?
Nishimeya?
Nishimeya.
Oh, that's on the far side of Nakagami Lake. That is. If you travel up the road to the out of the village, you'll reach Yomagita. Let me just
Excellent,
check.
thank you.
Let me just check I got this correct.
So the gentleman is suggesting we carry on following the river upstream.
Correct. Correct. Well, you travel up the road. There is a road heading west out of the village. Again,
Yes,
beside
but
the river.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
Time for more reveal. Yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow is 12 Mutsuki. You wake to see dark storm clouds overhead, and it doesn't look good. There are frequent showers throughout the day, quite heavy. You set off up the road. There is indeed more reveal. The villagers told you it was 2 days' journey to Yomagita.
Oh, okay.
You make it in a day. Of course, the villagers are talking about travelling just 3 ri per day. You being kind of superhuman, travel much faster. There you go. So, you travel up the river, you cross over to the north bank, and then through the rough terrain, and make it all the way to Yomagita.
Nice.
Which is a It appears to be a mixed fishing and forestry village. They have a couple of fishing boats on the lake. This is indeed Kagami Lake.
If the weather's better in the morning, is it worth trying to get a couple of these fishermen to get us across the lake? Boat. Quicker.
So, are you going to, well, presumably you're going to stay the night in the village?
I'll stay the night in the village.
They do have an inn, but it's not a very good one. Not very big. They don't get a lot of visitors here. Yeah, people come to gaze at the lake, but well, that's about it. So, they will charge you 10 copper for staying in the inn. And again, the meal is excellent. It's not quite as good as last night's meal, but it very, very good.
Is it almost as if someone's been teaching them how to cook here?
Oh, you don't know. I mean, it's just one of the better meals you've ever had. Obviously, this bad luck is that you once you've got used to these great meals, any others will be a letdown, and so this is your bad luck, obviously. Anyway, the villagers in the inn are interested to know what are you here to gaze at the lake? You know, one of the fishermen it would be happy to take you out onto the lake to. So you could marvel at its beauty, because obviously you can see more from the lake than from the shore.
Well, would one of your fishing colleagues be prepared to take us across the lake to the village on the far side?
To Nishimeya? Ooh,
Yeah.
That would be most of a day's journey. That would be a day's journey. That would.
Yeah, I'm prepared to hire you for the 2 days. One there.
Well, if it's a matter of taking you there and bringing you back, certainly.
Oh no, we'll be taking
one
us
way.
there. And we'll be leaving for further inland, but we might come back this way.
Well, the fisherman in Nishimeya would probably be quite happy to bring you back. Yes. I better check with the headman that they can spare me. I'm not sure what his plans are for the day, tomorrow. 1 second. He disappears off and has a quiet chat with the headman over at one of the other tables, who looks surprised. And anybody wish to try and eavesdrop?
No, that would be rude.
Hasn't stopped people in the past. Anyway, yes, he returns, and yes, he's willing to ferry you across for 4 copper each.
Seems
One party
reasonable.
member that's likely to be able to hear, but probably going to get caught, and one party member that could probably get away with it that wouldn't hear.
Right. So, do you wish to take him up on his offer?
Yeah, I'll take him up on his offer. Yeah.
Very good. Inquires to this opens the floodgates. Why do you want to go to Yamagita? It's sorry, Nishimeya. It's not a. It's no real difference to here.
That's 4 copper each, isn't it?
4 copper each.
Well, we are looking for the Valley of 1,000 Autumns, and we understand that to start you have to get to Nishimeya, so that's where we.
Oh, 1 second. Have they heard of it? Well, they've heard of it. It's a legend, but nobody knows where it is. If you are looking for it, well, they wish you the best of luck in finding it. But it is a legend, and if the Kami do not wish you to find it, then you will wander through the hills forever. It's well known.
Well, I don't think it'd be quite that long, but I take your point.
Okie doke. Yes, there are all sorts of inquiries as to what you are seeking. Is there great treasure there? Are you on a pilgrimage?
You could call it a pilgrimage. That's what.
Very good. They are. You are. Do they push the boat out? Yes. They will ply you with sake if you wish. try and loosen your tongues to find out more about this. Are you accepting their offers?
I am.
Should drink slightly more than I would.
I don't have a loose tongue. I'm not worried about getting drunk. I'll just get drunk. I don't have a loose tongue. I'm very disciplined. Loose lips sink ships.
Okay. So in that case,
I mean, they can try and get me drunk, but that'd be more risk for them.
Okay. In that case, can I have a health saving throw, please, from the two of you who are indulging?
Sure. 6, I think that makes it for me.
Was due a high number.
Health saving throw. Yeah, I've made it by 4.
Okay,
No,
and another one, Baka.
This is for the diarrhea, mate.
Yep.
And another one.
This is for the vomiting.
It's gonna be a fun ride on the boat tomorrow.
One more for the migraine. Oh, Jesus Christ, you've got alcohol poisoning, mate.
Okay, I'm sorry. Baka collapses. There's obviously something in this sake which is particularly virulent.
I want to take a few bottles of this. This is good stuff.
Fine. Hey. Right. Bomb. So that is that. And another one.
He's not having
And
much
another
luck.
one. Right.
Is that when he finally gets over the hangover? Is that how many hours is it?
Okay. Baka, your temporary strength is 7 less than your paladin strength. So please put temporary strength 7 less than your permanent strength.
Wow.
That would be 24.
So temporary value 24.
So what we're calling that alcohol poisoning, yeah?
Yes, basically.
Yeah.
You kind of collapse under a table and it carries on working on you, and yeah.
Oh, that puts my damage bonus down to a +1. Well, that's got all those bad rolls out the way if we do end up in a fight.
That's a good point. They'd just get rid of a bunch of bad rolls, like.
Okay. You will get that back at 1 per day, basically.
That's a hangover, like. Fuck me.
Yeah.
That's a serious one.
Hold up, my character's not in his 40s. How long it takes me to get over?
Well, it's kind of obviously illicit sake you've just been drinking. Okie doke. So you have hired the people to transport you across. They will. The village is actually in the middle of a celebration. They don't have a priest there, but they're celebrating Higan, the Buddhist festival, before and after the spring equinox. So the spring equinox will be in 3 days' time. Sorry, 2 days' time. And you are transported across the lake to Nishimeya. Let us see whether all goes well on the trip. It does.
Hey.
It's helped by even though there's dark storm clouds, there's only a strong breeze and there's no rain today.
I'm literally clinging to the deck. Just holding on, both arms stretched out wide.
And the lake can be seen in all its glory as you cross, as you travel the length of it. We'll just reveal the lake to you. There you go. There's Kagami Lake. And you successfully reach Nishimeya. And there is much surprise when you do. The villagers are surprised to see one of the Yomagita fishing boats delivering 5 strangers to their dock. And the headman will approach and inquire as to why you're there. He's going to have to report this to the Lord.
I shall show him the cookery excerpt and say we're following the path of these 2 gentlemen.
Oh, you're on a pilgrimage. Fascinating.
Yes.
Dumpty 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 dum. He will actually tell you that he remembers tales of the village being blessed by the visit of a great master who left recipes at each of the inn with the peasants, and he is noted for his skill in passing on his knowledge.
I'm very glad to hear that.
There isn't an inn in the village, but the headman invites you to stay with him, and you can tell him your view of his wife's cooking. She's one of those who has the recipes, and they are indeed exceptionally good. This does appear to be a feature of this journey that you were on. That the classic is reflected in the culinary expertise of the villages that you're passing through. He's not entirely sure, what you are looking for. He recognizes the excerpt because it's the only classic that has the village of Nishimeya on the map. Obviously, it's in the tax rolls, etc., for the daimyo, but as far as he's know, this is the village's only claim to fame that it's mentioned in this classic of cooking, and he's delighted to find people following the trail of the book.
Would you like a copy?
Well, no, he actually has a copy of the whole of the classic. He's the only one who does that you've come across. It's the only time he's aware of that the village is mentioned in Japanese classics, and therefore the village has a copy because it is their claim to fame. I mean, if you would like to look at his copy, he'd be delighted to show it to you.
Yes, please.
He will escort you to the household shrine, and in pride of place, next to the altar is a box, and within the box there is a scroll which he reverently takes out and lays on the table, and then unrolls it to show the calligraphy of a true classic.
What language is it written?
It's in kanji. He can't read it, but it is here. It is the classic.
Harumi?
Yes.
Would you come over here, please, and read this scroll out loud?
Master, please, let me gather the family. One who can read the classic. Wife! Get your mother!
Harumi can actually read kanji, can't you?
Yes.
Yes, she can.
Before I go
Very
to
fluently.
actually, I can't do that. Oops. Loss of faith.
Okay, the family are gathered and wait expectantly for the scholar to expound the truths of the classic of cookery that is there.
Gladly read it to them.
Okay. Are you going to edit what you read? Because there's an awful lot of self-opinionated twaddle in amongst recipes and hints and tips on dealing with this and that ingredient. So are you going to expurgate it or read the unexpurgated text?
I will expurgate it.
Okay. Well, they are fascinated, and the two women kind of are kind of muttering to each other, and and when you reach a particularly interesting bit, and you know the wife prods her husband and say, "Husband, we must get such and such." But yes, it goes down very well. Please have an extra on
Yay.
Kinzo and Harumi for
Telling the story. That's cool.
suggesting and reading the classic.
Nice.
Any significant differences to the version we've got? I'm carrying Harumi's Sumie set. Is it worth us getting a copy of this? See if there's any variation to we've got.
You're going to have to hunt through it to find the reference to Nishimeya, because it is quite a thick scroll, and it covers travels around Kyūryū and Honshu. So you'll basically have to hunt for the references to Kyūryū and then go through the various bits on Kyūryū until you find something about Bungo or Hyuga, and then you reach you can eventually find the bit about Nishimeya, but it takes a fair bit of hunting. Copying this would take some time. Okay, but as far as the excerpt that you have, albeit your excerpt is in kanji, is in katakana, it is word for word what is in the scroll. Okay, there might be arguments about the precise meaning of some of the kanji characters, but you know it is an old book, and therefore meanings change slightly as time goes on. But yes, a wonderful evening is had, and the headman is delighted that you have honoured his family with the reading, and he thanks you profusely.
I shall thank Harumi for the excellent reading.
Not a problem.
We can all feel good about ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Okie doke. So you will stay the night in the headman's house, and you can leave the morrow, heading, I believe, upriver. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about feeling better for myself, or better for ourselves. Is it one per day, or is it one per?
Basically, you start the day one better off, and through the day you get another one back. So where you started the day on the other side of the river, on the other side of the lake, on 24. You'll start today on 25.
Sure. So it's overnight. Sure.
Overnight you get one back.
Is there a shrine or a temple in the village?
Household shrine, but there's no shrine or temple per se.
In that case, I shall leave a silver at their headman's house shrine. Okay.
He is most grateful, and next time a priest comes through, he will ask him to say prayers. Thank you.
Thank you. Most interesting evening. Thank you very much.
Very good. Pardon me. So the following day dawns. Well, you're probably late getting off because there's a rainstorm to start the day. So you're not able to get away until about mid-morning. So you are travelling up the river through the the rough terrain. So I'm afraid your movement rate has dropped somewhat.
As I am
Yep.
now currently partially encumbered, I am dragging my heels along beside Harumi quite happily.
Okay, well, you're down to 3 Rai. You're going through rough terrain. Okay. Sorry. No. Yes, you're down to a BMA of 3. And rough terrain, I think, cuts it. Does it cut it further? Where are we? Travel.
We use
Pardon me.
25%.
Yes, you're minus 25% to effective BMA. So your BMA is 4, so you can only go 3 hexes. So I will move you up the river. So how are you traveling? What precisely are you doing? Are you setting out? Well, you're on the north side of the river. Nishimeya is on the north side of the river.
Is there
Are
a
you going to
road?
stay on the north side of the river? No. You are
We'll stay on
traveling
the north side of the river because we don't know whether we have to cross it or not. So we'll stay on the side of the river we're on until we have some reason to cross.
It's the next part of the story that covers our travel.
I think they travelled 2 further days up, then they found a valley which they went to explore.
I shall read the next bit of the cookery book. Okay. We reached Nishimeya at midday, and the master fell talking with the headman. While he was distracted, there are then discussions on his attempts to purchase what he calls decent ingredients. And it continues, I was prepared for the following day's journey, travelling up the river. There were few wild plants I deemed suitable to eat, but then it gives another 2 pages on what choices were available. Continues, but 2 nights of camping by the river allowed me to demonstrate what could be. We turned north and travelled a day up a wooded valley, eventually passing up to a wooded rise near nightfall. We camped, and the master warned me to stay close to the fire. At dawn it had died, so I decided to search for freshly opened wildflowers as a garnish, but was surprised to hear chimes in the grove as I headed downhill. I went back to wake the master to show him what I had found. Despite chastising me for going off, he was excited and pleased when we found a curious wind chime hanging from a tree. Exquisitely carved creatures I had never seen depended on silk and struck the chime when disturbed. The master told me they were the legendary guardians of the kami, and he thought they were probably there to frighten away evil spirits. He then explained that this was the border of the Valley of 1,000 Autumns, home to a kami of protection. She protects the island of Kyūryū from the worst effects of the Oni of winter, and he was going to visit her shrine. Okay. So, according to the book, you travel 2 days upstream, then turn north up a wooded valley, and travel there.
North is actually this way, what would be northwest on a compass. If we look at this, north is actually like that direction, isn't it?
Yes, effectively.
That way.
Slightly more that way. Yes, something like that.
So that's north. That's west.
Okay. So, traveling 3 Rai upstream. Of course, don't forget that their distance is not the same as your distance.
Yeah, one day walking isn't the same as one day walking for us, necessarily.
Correct.
I don't know what speed they were walking, though.
You were pushing it to get from Surui to Yomagita in a day, but you managed it. he took 2 days to go there. You don't know how quickly he was walking, or whether indeed it was a day and a half, but they stopped in Yomagita.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So, I mean, you could always.
We're going to keep our eyes out for valleys heading north.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. In that case,
What's the other word for pilgrimage? What would you call this that we're doing? There's another word for it.
good question.
I'm sure there's another word as well as pilgrimage. What is it?
I can't remember offhand.
There is another word, because this is not a pilgrimage, because a pilgrimage is a religious thing, isn't it?
Oh,
Yes.
it's kind of religious.
Well, this is religious, yes.
It's
But
to do
I-
with a
I
religious
can't remember.
artifact, yeah, but it's not a religious pilgrimage. Religious pilgrimage is like Muslims going to Mecca.
Crusade, mission, trip, journey,
Crusade,
excursion, yatar, or hajj. Google says.
You are on a peregrination.
that's a good one.
a wandering. A mission. Anyway, you travel up the valley between the hills. You're wandering up the edge of the river. The river is a little bit swollen because of the rainstorm this morning. But you effectively only managed to get as far as there today. You pass a valley headed off to the north, up here, but you're pretty sure that's not the one.
Not far enough, eh?
Well, it's
it might be one, but
less than a day's journey for you.
Yeah, I'm going to suggest that we carry on for a bit further, about double the distance we've done. See
Yeah.
if there's another one. If not,
If not, we'll come
and
back to that one.
Okay.
See if there were specific plants near where they camped. Worth looking out for those specific plants that he says.
Maybe.
Have we got a
That'd be a
description?
clue.
He goes through a list of about 20 different herbs, etc., that could be found in this sort of area.
We need to know what those
and-
herbs were.
He mentions one or two that he did manage to find. Does anybody have the appropriate skill?
What would it be? Herbalism.
It would be herbalism or
Cooking.
Hang on, what's the other?
I think I have cooking, you know. Yeah, I have cooking, you know. I've got base PCS of 8 in cooking.
Woodsman is the other one. If you have the practical art of woodsman.
Nope. I do have cooking though. Is that any help finding herbs? Edible plants?
That allows you to use them. It doesn't. Basically,
not to identify them.
No.
Okay.
Well, you tend to have them in dried form or fresh.
Yeah, I suppose.
You can grow in
Yeah.
the garden.
Did you know that
Oh, damn it, we're already missing Koza.
Did you know that a cashew nut is just like the little top of an apple? There's an apple attached to a cashew nut. I just found that out today. Check that out after the game.
Fair enough.
The reason you don't see them as fruits is because they bruise so super easily you can't transport them anywhere. And they taste like pears, apparently.
Okay, can I have a D20 roll for the party, please?
Sure can. Oh, 19.
So, that night, Still dark storm clouds overhead, but they are breaking up. And the moon can be seen through the gaps in the cloud. It's about half moon at the moment, waning. So the nights will be getting darker as it heads towards full dark. And tomorrow morning is the Shinto festival of Honensai, which is to petition the kamis for blessings of a bountiful harvest. And you wake, and the skies are clear. The clouds have all broken up and gone away. And can I have a d20 roll for the party, please?
Oh, I can't do 2 bad ones in a row, surely. Oof, maybe 16. You can get the next one.
Did you not see my drunk roll?
Yeah.
Bad rolls in a row.
Okay.
Drugs are bad, kids.
So, you continue up the river. And about midday, you come to another valley.
That's
to
the
the
one,
north.
Do we think that's the one? It was a day and a half for us, 2 days for them. That seems about right, eh? What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, we'll turn off and go and investigate this.
I think this one, eh?
Okay.
It
Right,
feels about right.
Up until now, you've been following roads and rivers. Who has any skills in the forest and
It's
the
just like-
wilderness?
Would you want, like, tracking and survival and stuff?
Tracking, woodsman, that sort of thing?
Nope,
What practical arts do people have?
Farming, cooking, and massage. Nothing relevant.
Fishing and paper making.
Nothing relevant.
Yanagi has commerce and massage.
Nothing relevant.
Kinzo?
I'll look at a sheet, unless obviously AFK or something.
Kinzo has...
No, basically, I don't have anything that's
Nothing,
useful because I don't
yeah.
have any hunting. I was going to get some, but I haven't got it.
I noticed you've got it written there, but with 0 skill. You must have been planning on
Yep.
it.
Okay, so we are dependent on... Yes. You're dependent on wandering the wilderness and
Good
hoping
luck.
you don't get lost. Okay, so you venture away from the river. The sounds of the stream disappear into the distance as the wind through the trees masks the noise.
Worth us
And-
trying to mark some trees along our way so that we at least know our way back.
Maybe. Maybe.
I suggest we do that, yeah.
Yeah, just cut some notches into a wee symbol or something.
Okay. That's going to
branches.
slow you down as well. So, by the end of the day, you have made yourself into your way into this stretch of woods. And you can see there is a valley heading off to this direction, and there's a
North.
valley heading off to that direction. So left or right?
Which one's more closer to true north?
The one on the right.
I think so, eh?
North is effectively
That way, right?
that direction.
And what direction do these go? We've got one there and one there.
You've got one here and one here.
Can we see what direction they both go?
No, because that's as far as you've
Yeah.
got.
Yeah, okay. I still think this
Because
one. I think it's this one. But Kinzo's in charge here. What do you think, Kinzo?
You want to reread the text
We'll reread the text. Yes.
We'll have another look at it. Yeah.
over the campfire. Okay. We turned north
How was that?
and travelled a day up a wooded valley, eventually passing up to a wooded rise near nightfall. So the implication is that they left the river and then travelled for a day from there to reach the valley.
Yeah.
So they turned north. The north direction would match the original valley. You turned north from the river.
Mm-hmm. Aye.
But it doesn't say that you then continue north. So it might be to the left, it might be to the right.
We'll take the right-hand one.
Okay. Okay, you camp for the night. And hang on a second. So you travel upriver, turn north into a wooded valley. Okay. So can I have another D20 for the party, please?
Brian, it's your turn.
Okay, I'll do it.
It's not bad enough that I'm going to complain.
Not good enough that it's going to do you any good,
Exactly.
unfortunately. Okay. So, looking at the loot tab, at the moment you've got Kyūryū on first watch, Baka and Yanagi on the second watch, Kinzo on the third watch with Harumi. Is that correct?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, your time's gonna go.
Let us. Right. Can I have wit saving throws, please? From Baka and Yanagi.
Well, I was on with Yanagi.
You can roll for both, Baka. Is that yours?
I
or
failed
Yanagi?
miserably. It's my one.
Okay.
Failed
You
miserably.
roll for Yanagi.
By surprise.
Oh, Yanagi does
you,
very
Yanagi.
well.
He wasn't put off by me complaining about my hangover.
Yanagi is surprisingly well off for wit. So, Yanagi steps quietly over to Baka and taps him on the shoulder. Listen, he says. Baka pulls the
Wasn't sleeping.
pulls the cotton plugs out of his ears and has another listen.
Would you roll again?
Roll again. I'm giving you bonuses this time. Yep. You two can hear what appears to be voices off in the darkness. I'm assuming that you haven't used a fire because it's not a cold night. They
Are
appear
they
to
human
be
voices?
No. They sound like goblins.
Oh.
In that case, I'm gonna creep over to my party members. Very gently shake them awake. One hand ready to put in their mouth if they start to out.
We're in the middle of nowhere here, aren't we?
Oh yes.
I'm gonna stick my armor on.
Fair enough.
And this is still midnight of the 14th, isn't it?
This is midnight of the 14th. Yes.
Oh, my Tetsubo is definitely out of the pack.
Oh, sorry.
As
My
well.
apologies. No, it's midnight of the 15th.
Yeah, so it's going to be the 15th in the morning.
The 14th, no.
No?
The 14th, you travelled up the river and camped out beside the river.
Ah, right,
The
yeah.
15th, you travelled further up the river and then turned north into this wooded valley. Okay.
When Baku tries to wake me up, I just roll over.
And I'll fucking give you a kick. Fucking wake up, you.
Okay. You can hear goblin voices in the distance. Appear to be having an argument about something. Are you going to approach them or stay where you are?
Is it? And you're 100% sure it's Baka Baka?
You're not getting actually certain.
Well,
Yep, we're going after
you
them.
remember at the house on the rock, they were yelling to each other, etc. And it's the Bakemono show type voices.
Bakemono show being the
forest goblins, the small
forest,
ones.
aye. No, we're going after them.
You're going after them.
We don't go after them, then maybe another night we don't hear them, and then they sneak up us and they murder us in our sleep. Yes, we're going after them. Anyone disagree?
Are you going to light a torch?
Yeah, this is stumbling around in the dark.
Yep, yeah, we are. We're going to light a torch. Any objection to hunting them down, Kinzo? Yanagi? Harumi, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Okay.
Let's kill some Bakemono, boys. This is what we do best.
Okay. So, you are starting a small fire and lighting torches, yes? Do you have any torches, or are you going to have to put some together?
I think we might have some. I'm sure somebody has some.
What does the camping gear?
asking.
What does the camping gear include?
The camping gear includes stuff for making fires. It doesn't
Yeah.
include stuff for making torches particularly well.
Right.
And unfortunately, there isn't a lot of dry wood around because if you remember, you had a rainstorm.
I do have a
yesterday morning.
furoshiki sack that's empty that we could wrap around a bit of wood. Would that work?
I have one too.
That'll burn fairly well, surely.
Uh,
I also have a straw raincoat and a straw hat. They'll burn. Like if we really need to get something to burn, we can get something to burn, I think.
won't last particularly long though.
No, I know.
We might be just better off trying to sneak up on them.
But if we were to get a big stick and then wrap it in straw and then light that, by the time that the straw burns off, the stick will be dried out and will start to burn and glow. I think you could make a torch with straw.
Wood doesn't make a particularly good torch.
No, you need something like tar or something. don't you?
If you
Oil.
if you pull a stick out of a fire when it's been burning, it basically glows.
It just glows, aye. Doesn't it
and
burn?
that's it. You actually
Yeah.
need something to burn, so you need things like pitch and such
Oil
like
or
to
something,
burn.
yeah.
Yes.
We don't have anything like that.
We
so
don't have anything
we'll
like
attempt
that.
to sneak up on these guys.
Okay.
Instead.
Does anybody have stealth?
I do.
What's that?
Or in that
So-
case, back and best speed.
So are you going to kind of go stealthily ahead with them some distance behind? Or are you
When
going
you say
to
some
try and...
distance, I want to clarify how far behind they are.
Well, presumably far enough behind that the noises they make going through the forest don't alert whoever, they are out of your hearing. So if you're stealthy, then since you can't hear their noise won't be heard by anybody ahead of you.
So can I get a quick check by better listeners than I am to see if we can try and roughly work out how many of them there are? These voices.
Okay, well, Harumi can now listen. Because Harumi has got
Nagi's
very
one
good.
not help.
And Yanagi will also. Actually, yes, Yanagi rolled a 1, didn't he? So in that case, Yanagi is listening intently. He's attuned to this. He thinks he's heard somewhere between 4 and 6 different voices.
In case, I'm not going off ahead, but I am going to flank the party. I'll stay on a parallel with them, but I'm going to come in from a different angle.
Okay. For your interest.
I'll give me a little bit of a head start. Meeting at roughly the same time.
Okay, fine. If you align yourself with the cut marks on the trees, these voices are actually coming from the left-hand valley.
The other one. We're still going after them.
Okay. In that case, could I have a D20 roll from each member of the party, please, including Yanagi?
This is
and
mine.
Then we will follow up with one from Baka.
So I got a 15, Yanagi got...
So we'll follow up with one from Baka.
I got a 15 and Yanagi got a 4.
Okay. So Kinzo and Harumi? Kinzo. Right, fine. Unfortunately, Baka, you can tell 2 of them are not doing particularly well. You have a choice of, are you going to try and quieten them down using your skill, or just gesture to them to slow down and you'll go ahead?
No, I'm going to use them as distraction to come in from a bank.
Okay, fine. In that case, just roll your roll.
I did a 17.
No, I'm going to I said roll after, because I was going to give you the choice of trying to quieten them down or use your skill for yourself. So now
I
roll
appreciate
your
that.
D20.
Thank you.
Okay. Is that a success?
That is bang on the nose.
Okay. Could you make a D roll, another roll for Yanagi, please?
It's with you a lot. Do you want to? One of you lot want to roll it?
13.
Okay. Yanagi kind of whispers, the voices have stopped.
Oh.
But it was in that direction.
I think they maybe heard us.
Okay. Could I have another roll from everybody?
Me first. It's a 1 for me.
Oh, Harumi.
And then Yanagi got a 5.
Oh, man.
Okay. Right. In that case, you are not surprised by a group of goblins who were up on a ledge to your right and start throwing things at you as you come up in the darkness. You are off to the side, Baka. Please roll a d20. Is that a 10?
Yep.
Okay. You can also make out where these goblins are, but they obviously haven't spotted you. But you're not entirely sure how to get up to the ledge. Now, it's going to take more than half an hour to have this battle, so I think this is probably an ideal time to
Yeah,
pause the
I think
game
so.
and carry on in 2 weeks' time.
I believe so, mate. Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
Congratulations on how far you've got on the quest.
It's quite a long way.
we
Like we did a lot.
You have.
Mm.
You've actually found the route, and you are just sorting out where to go precisely to get to the valley.
Amazing.
I will not be here on the 16th.
You'll not. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, mate. Right, well, let's wrap it up then. We'll see most of you in 2 weeks. Thanks, David. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Brian. And thanks, Graham.
The next game will be run while I'm with my family in France.
Nice. Well,
We won't run it in French. We will carry on in English.
oh, good, because my French is not very good. It's high school level at best. Right, Dave and everybody, thank you very much for the game. Viewers, thanks for watching. This was session 62. We'll be back in 2 weeks for session 63. Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.